You're listening to the Personal Growth Magazine podcast with your host, Daryl Daughtry.
Hello, friend. I'm Daryl Daughtry, publisher of Personal Growth Magazine and this podcast. And today, we're going to talk about embracing your weirdness. You know, when actors are performing, they're told to be authentic. After all, the key to great acting is the ability to bring a character to life. Actors do that by tapping into their own personality, their quirks, experiences, and their emotions. Giving an authentic performance is tied to being an authentic person. Likewise, to give your best performance in real life, you need to embrace your personal weirdness instead of trying to hide it. Weirdness here is just another way of saying uniqueness. After all, perhaps that unique individual within all of your quirks is the real you. So, are you willing to say yes to being your authentic self? Unfortunately, it seems like being yourself in today's society is a bit dangerous, as it can be a liability. After all, when you're being yourself, you risk someone actually seeing who you really are. This might mean that they'll make fun of you or even reject you. On the other hand, they might just accept you because you seem to be more genuine. When we try to blend in and have people see us as part of the normal crowd, we're actually conforming to the expectations of others. We're hiding our unique selves in order to fit in and be generally accepted. Instead of focusing on what might go wrong by unleashing our uniqueness, we need to think about what might actually go right. After all, weirdness leads us to who we actually are. When we are unapologetically true to who we are, then we inspire others to be true to themselves also. Have you ever been inspired by someone who was 100% normal? No, because those people aren't noticeable or even interesting and blend quietly into the background. If you're ready to embrace your weirdness, here are some simple tips. Number one, embrace discomfort. Be willing to embrace the discomfort that comes with being different or authentic. Number two, pick your pain. Do you want the pain of not being your authentic self or the pain of not being like everyone else? Number three, find your place. The purpose of life is to find ways to use your gifts and make a difference. Keep in mind that turning on your weirdness is nothing like flipping on a switch, but it's more like a moment-by-moment choice along your journey. It begins with an awareness that you do have choices and you can get out of the trap of being normal by being more authentic to yourself. So, what if you're labeled as weird or quirky? So what? Resist holding that which makes you weird or different. Resist not wanting people to see it anymore because you want them to like you or to accept you. Instead, allow yourself to embrace your weirdness. The truth is, we are all weird, which means that no one is weird. That needs saying again. The truth is, we are all weird, which means that no one is actually weird. Personality is a colorful spectrum. There are some people who are loud while others are quiet. Some are more analytical while others are more creative. Some are even more conservative while others are more liberal. Everyone doesn't need to be like you, and you don't need to be like anyone else. There's no such thing as a right or wrong way to be unless we're looking at good versus evil. There's no such thing as normal. The only thing that genuinely exists is natural. So really, it's a battle between normal versus natural. Behaviors that are natural for one person may not be natural to someone else. So stop worrying about trying to be normal or blending in with the rest of the crowd. Instead, acknowledge that normal doesn't exist and find what is natural to you. When we try to be normal and fit in with the rest of the crowd, the results we achieve are mediocre at best. No one wants to pay to see what they expect. They pay to see something that is fascinating or even unexpected. The thing that makes people call you weird is the thing that will make people remember you. It makes you more interesting because it's a trait that others don't have. You won't ever be remembered for doing the same thing that everyone else does. People will remember you for doing that thing that only you can do. People follow crowds because they don't want to be alone. However, when you embrace your weirdness, you stand out. Yet this doesn't have to equal loneliness. If you break away from the crowd, you'll begin to notice others that are similar to you, and they can become your tribe. Unfortunately, many people never find their tribe. They're afraid to embrace their weirdness and let go of what others defined as normal. However, if you embrace your weirdness, you'll find others that will stand beside you and inspire you to be you. When people start calling out your differences, it's easy to want to cover them up, isn't it? Please don't deny who you are. Embrace your weirdness. Always remember, God gave you fingerprints and your uniqueness that no one else has. So you can leave an imprint on this world that no one else can.
We will be right back with Daryl's views on this topic right after this.
We invite you to check out Daryl's new book, Living Your Very Best Life. It is a collection of life-changing wisdom from his many years of professional life coaching and training other life coaches in over 60 countries around the world. You can find it at personalgrowthmagazine.com, and it's also available at amazon.com in Kindle, paperback, and hardcover.
Hello, weirdos. Daryl Daughtry again. I just want to repeat what I just said previously, that God gave you fingerprints and your uniqueness that no one else has. So you can leave an imprint on this world that no one else can. Thank you so much for listening.